So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to F1 on FTRL. It is week 5 of season 16, and we are here at the Principality, the crown jewel of the F1 calendar. It is the Monaco Grand Prix. I'm back for Div 1 action, and it is raining on the streets of Monaco. So that has already thrown something quite spectacular into the mix for tonight's qualifying, at least. Does this mean we're going to get a wet race as well, or will the track be dry as the drivers take it to the grid then? So poor numbers tonight, unfortunately, just 13. The fear factor of Monaco seems to have drove a number of drivers into submission. Hopefully they will be back next week, but it means a great opportunity for some big points for a number of drivers. A couple of contenders out of the way. Could we see some surprises on the podium? We've already seen podiums this season for Ox, for Graham as well. Of course, Link's got one on after a penalty applied. We see Monaco, who's on the screen, currently pick up a podium or pick up a win as well. So could we see a shock result tonight then? We'll go on board with Monaco for a lap then of Monaco into Sandoval, of course, famous turn 1, and now start climbing up the hill. Winding streets. Gets to the top of the hill and throws it into the left-hander and into Casino Square. We've got a yellow flag already. Let's go around the background. Going then down the hill, pick a braking point, tuck in to the gutter as much as you can do, and now the quick run down to the lowest hairpin, the slowest corner in all of Formula 1. It's 20 miles an hour as he crawls around it then and into the double right-hander before he goes under the hotel into the tunnel. Some of the iconic scenes of Formula 1. Makes it through the right-hander, and now we're coming down then to the chicane. Not a few overtaking opportunities on this track. Looking nice and tidy so far from Monaco. On the power line, running up now towards the back. It's a fast left-hander in the 4th gear. Throw it in the apex, over to the Anko again, into the swimming pool section. Of course, now they open this final part to make it a little bit easier for the drivers. Into Raskas. Pull onto the corner. And up to the final corner, look for the cone on the inside. And now it's the drive to the line, the sole DRS zone as well to start finish straight. And our first qualifying lap is a 1:22.6. Monaco then on the intermediate tyre. And so it seems like it's wet but not horrendous then. So coming around behind him is Lynx, who's been in good form in other leagues. So is he about to finally get that FTRL podium that has so far eluded him on track? He takes provisional pole on the 22.1. We got behind him a few guys going into the pits. Got Tika there, who's just snaking as he comes out the swimming pool section to the final couple of corners. Oh, bit of back end getting a little bit lively on him. To the final corner, DRS pops open. Oh no, it won't pop open, so of course, will it? Because it's wet, so no DRS. He goes fastest there on a 21.1, so that's a very impressive lap from Tico. Coming from behind him is Sway, who goes second on a 21.7. Liam Robbo, they're making his debut tonight in the second Mercedes. We finally got Dutch Tricks, a teammate, who's actually got onto track. He goes into P4. So it splits Lynx and Monaco. Dutch Tricks goes fastest on 20.8 then, so the first man under 121 is the 4-time champ. Graham, the 23.8, goes P8. Wesker slots into P7 as well in the Racing Point. Tom DeFallen coming around to the end of the lap. Let's see how he gets on. A bit tentative through the final couple of corners. He drives for the line. He does a 22.2, and that slots him into P6 at the moment. So everybody who's out on track currently, I think a few of the drivers pulled back into the pits, so whether or not they picked up damage on the lap, I'm not too sure. So Uncle Ben's Rise hits the track just in front of or behind his teammate. They're both out together, so the McLaren's out in fly formation. CR7 also on his way out of the pit lane. And Lennon is the only one yet to set a lap time, currently sat in his pit box, keeping dry. So last time out then, we were at Baku. Of course, a street circuit, a very different proposition, high speeds there, and that was won in changeable conditions by Dutch Tricks there. Storming drive from him. We saw Ox then light up the opening couple of laps, driving through from third into the lead of the race. Fortunately, a couple of contacts with the wall in the castle section put pay to his drive. And then as the field spread out, we had rain to contend with for a couple of laps towards the end. A couple of people tried a bold strategy, Graham being one of them, going on to slick tyres as the track got wetter. It didn't quite come off for him. The track drying up again before the end. In the end, it was victory for Dutch, with Tico in second, and Sway came through for third, beat Scuba, who had picked up a penalty. And that leaves Tico as the current championship leader from Scuba, who unfortunately isn't here this week. So chance for some of his rivals to close that gap and for Tico to extend his advantage at the top. Go on board then with Ox as he comes around to start a flying lap. Car getting a little bit screwy there as he gets all the power out of the final corner. Despite it being intermediate levels of wetness, the car's still providing a bit of a challenge for the drivers, trying to find the grip. He drives up the hill. Around the long sweeping left-hander to the casino square. Behind the bump. You've seen real F1, they go right over to the left there, so I think Uncle Ben's right in the back, which it did. Down into the low hairpin then. Oh, so painfully slow in a Formula 1 car. Such a tight hairpin. Expect to probably see some dramas down the opening couple of laps with the cars all stacked up together. Down then to the chicane. Possibly an overtaking opportunity. This modern F cars are so big and wide, it's very difficult, especially in real life, as we've seen recently, to make an overtake there. Into the swimming pool section he comes. Right up against the Armcos, it's the way to get the speed. Got to let go of your fear and really embrace the barriers. Just one more corner to go then, tries to get on the traction. Now it's a driver for the line. And Ox currently P13. He goes third on a 21.6. Solid lap from him. Tico, meanwhile, has snatched provisional pole away from his fellow countryman. CR7 slots into third. Ben's Rice in P12, and Lennon is on his way then, so that will be everybody having set a lap time. The Dutch is on a flying lap. Looks like he's getting a little bit screwy. He is up, but it won't be enough. He's done a purple middle sector, so a poor first sector, purple middle sector. Can he find the time he needs to overhaul Tico in this final sector? A couple of corners to go. That car looking very lively underneath him. Driving for the line, wheels spinning, and he does a 19.9 from Dutch Tricks. He found a whole host of time in the final sector there, and he leapfrogs into provisional pole again by half a second. That was some lap from Dutch Tricks. He once again pulls a astonishing lap out of the bag when he needed it most. He was just a tenth up as he came through into the swimming pool section, and somehow he has found that time and a whole host more in that final sector. So Dutch Tricks then laying down a very impressive marker. Going board with Lennon, who is now on his flying lap. He's coming round to back to the swimming pool section. Plays the curves nicely, giving the barriers a very wide berth. Driving up to the final corner. And drive for the line. It's not been a particularly great lap. It's 23 flat. Pops him into P12 for the time being. He's going to peel off into the pits. Tom DeVal goes into the tunnel. Done a purple middle sector then, so Tom DeVal's found a lot of pace in that middle sector. And then into final couple of corners. This is going to see Tom vault up the order. Let's see, driving for the line. He moves up to P3. Excellent lap there from Tom DeVal, up to P3 on a 21.4. So he now leaps himself onto the second row of the grid. What can he do from there in the race? Excellent lap there from Tom. Great effort. Puts him on the second row. 7 comes to the line, doesn't improve on that lap. Monaco then on a lap then, he's coming up 2 to back into the second sector. Let's see how he's getting on. He is half a second up on this lap then, so this could potentially put him in and around Tom Duval and Sway, who's just leapt onto the second row of the group, the 21.3, so Sway jumps up to P3. Can Monaco join him on the second row? We shall see now. It's a sprint to the line. He goes third on a 20.9, so under the 121 bracket. He's just the third driver there. So a great lap from Monaco. He's really improved his qualifying pace this season. Been very, very impressed with him. And that is P3 for him for the moment, then into the final 6 minutes of the session. Brilliant lap from Monaco, then 20.9. It sees him go up to third. Demotes Tom to the third row. Let's see, oh, he's just slapped the wall at the back. That's invalidated his lap then, so he will not be improving his links then coming out the final couple of corners. Again, he's another one who's invalidated this lap. Now with the intermittent timing, you can do a number of laps on these. So obviously on the dry tyres, drivers tend to just do a single flying run. Obviously, perhaps this could be that drivers are not going to be starting on these tyres. So are we going to see a dry race? We shall see in due course. And with just under 5 minutes of the session to go, then Dutch Tricks is your provisional pole sitter. He's on an outlap. Tico joining him on the front row. Sway is in P3 with Monaco in P4. Sway has improved again then, so Sway now up to third. Has Monaco improved this one? This is quite slow, that from him. Tom Duval in P5 with CR7 on the third row. Ox in 7th with Liam Robbo. Ooh, was slapped to the barrier. As Graham goes up to P6 then, so the Renault's now 5th and 6th. Great lap from Graham in 21.5. Jumps him up to the third row to share with his teammate. Once again, the two Renault boys inseparable on track. The pedestrian hairpin then, so look at what Tico is doing. Currently provisionally P2. He's gone straight into the chicane then, so that has ruined that lap. Dutch Tricks on a flying lap. In the chat we've got Matt Man who says, ooh, delightful. And Scuba in the chat but not on the track. Interesting, Scuba. What are you doing? Ron predicting the weather for tomorrow. Well, hopefully if it rains tomorrow, it rains today. Dry tomorrow, Ron. That's our thinking anyway. Dry weather finally last week. Maybe the curve has been lifted from Div 2 and has now landed on Div 1's lap. We shall see. Dutch Tricks comes around the final corner, having done a purple middle sector. Is he about to improve on his lap time? He's the only man under 120 at the moment. He is 2/10 off on that lap. That still would have been enough for provisional pole. So Ox meanwhile has leapt up onto the second row of the grid of the P4. He goes to a 20.8, so the time's starting to drop down now. In fact, just finding a little bit more grip. Yeah, Evening Cowboy. With the comments as well, Adams improved so much from last season, very much. He said he's been working on, and that's definitely reaping the benefits. Currently sat P5. Another very good qualifying effort from him. Where is everybody, Paul? I think Monaco has scared everybody away. I think that's where everybody is. Nexus Cat's calling for Uncle Ben's rice and bread as your daddy in the same team, in the same division someday. I mean, we should probably put Funky Chicken and Uncle Ben's rice together, and you got chicken and rice. How about that? So then into the final couple of minutes we go. Current running order is Dutch from Tico, Sway, Oxox, Adamaco, Tom Duval, Graham, CR7, Wesker, Lynx, Liam Robbo, Lennon and Uncle Ben's Rice. Running out the runners. Is anybody going to improve? Dutch Tricks has lowered the benchmark again to a 19.6. Dutch Tricks continue to find time. Tico's down to a 20.3. He is still 7/10 of a second away from pole position. Dutch Tricks putting on an absolute masterclass on the streets of the Principality. CR7 leaps up to P4. So he's up into the second row again. I was making a late surge. Swayden, having just done a purple middle sector, is he about to threaten the front row of the grid? Comes Tico. He does not improve on that lap. That was just a side to lap. Here comes Sway. He improves, just misses out on the front row. Goes down to 20.422. So just 27 thousandths off the front row there. Tom Duval has called it a day. I think he may have had an accident actually coming out the final corner. So Tom Duval's session has ended slightly prematurely. Currently on for P7. Everybody currently on track. Who is coming around to finish next? It's one of the Mercedes. It's Liam Robbo. So let's have a look how he's getting on. He's on the purple middle sector. The times are definitely falling. Track is just gripping up a little bit. Not the final corner. Ooh, just a little bit of a wobble there. Still improves. He goes P9 on 21.6. Solid effort. Here comes Graham. He's the next one round then. The session is now over. So these are the final runs. What can Graham do? Can he leapfrog his teammate? No, he cannot. Dutch Tricks improves to a 19.5, just to put an exclamation mark. Adamaco goes P4 on a 20.7, so he finds some time. Here comes Oxox out the final corner. Can he improve on his final run? He's currently on the third row. He goes back up to P5, jumps CR7. Look how closely bunched they are there, 4th, 5th and 6th. Very tightly bunched together, and I believe that is everybody done. There you have it then. So Dutch Tricks puts on an absolute masterclass in qualifying, and he takes pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix. Showing the front row with Tico. Sway will line up in 3rd, with Adamaco in 4th, Oxox in 5th with CR7. Tom Duval and Graham, the Renault teammates, share the 4th row. They are 7th and 8th. Liam Robbo on debut P9 alongside Wesker. And then it was Lynx, Lennon and Uncle Ben's Rice to round off the runners. So there you have it then. Dutch Tricks on pole by 0.8 of a second. That is dominant. I think that's the only word for that one. Dominant performance from Dutch Tricks. So he takes pole position. Sway just missing out on a front row start, but he will be right behind Dutch Tricks as they go off. Adamaco in P4. Great qualify from him. Oxox in P5 with CR7. Tom Duval, Graham, Robbo and Wesker rounding off your top 10 with Lynx, Lennon and Uncle Ben's Rice, the remaining runners. So wet race, does that transfer into, well, is it going to be a wet race or a wet qualifying? Does that mean we're going to have a wet race, or is it going to be dry? We are about to find out. And while we wait for the loan, I'm just going to eat some potato wedges, so bear with me. So a wet qualifying transfers into a dry race. So a wet qualifying, and now the Monaco circuit is bathing in sunshine. So we have a dry race on our hands, or at least to start with. Wait for the drivers to ready up then. Of course, Monaco Grand Prix, one of the longest on the calendar. Short lap. I think it's 39 laps ahead of us, so a very long Grand Prix. And away we go then on the sighting lap. Dutch Tricks then leading everybody off. Winner last time out in Baku. He's looking to make it back-to-back victories on the street circuits. Evening, Max. Thank you for joining us. So you missed a wet qualifying. But it looks like we've got a dry race. So, Dutch Tricks. Jeez, Dutch Tricks lights at the rear tyres. Almost drops it on the formation lap. He'll be leading us off then. So we've got Tico in P2. The AlphaTauri, the current championship leader. Sway in P3 with Adamaco joining him on the second row. Ox in the McLaren, he is leading off the third row. He starts P5 with CR7 in the Alfa Romeo starting P6. The Renaults line up on row 4, Tom Duval in 7th, and Graham, his teammate, in 8th. Then Leon Robbo in his first race will be starting P9. Wesker is P10 alongside him. And we've got Lynx in 11th, Lennon in 12th, and Uncle Ben's Rice. Rounding off the runners, he starts P13, and let's have a look then what tyre everybody has gone to, shall we? So we have got Dutch and Tico. Uncle Ben's Rice then, completely distracted me with that. Dutch and Tico on the front row have both started on the soft tyre, as have Adamaco and CR7. Everybody else, so Sway, Ox, Tom, Graham, Liam, Wesker, Lynx, Lennon and Uncle Ben's Rice are all starting on the medium tyre. Interesting then. So we're looking at potentially a one-stopper medium to hard. What about the soft tyre runners, I wonder?
Any predictions, Lee?
Well, Dutch was very electric in qualifying, but obviously that was a wet qualifying. This is a dry race. So I imagine if he can keep it clean, Dutch Tricks will be a very hard man to beat, but a well-done safety car could throw a spanner in the works for anybody. We've got 5 lights, and away we go. There's a good start from Adamaco. Sway seems to have had a bit of a tardy start. Dutch has held onto the lead. Adamaco's up to 3rd. As they run up the hill for the first time then, so Dutch Tricks leads up the hill. Tico tucked in behind him. Unfortunately, the game is currently just going through its moment of madness with the timing. We'll let that sort itself out. Dutch is then edge leader down to the low hairpin for the first time. Tico in 2nd. In 3rd is Adamaco. Ox is up to 3rd, Sway down to 5th. So he's had a very tardy start. Tom Duval up to 6th. CR7 is down 1 to 7th. Liam Robbo is up to 8th. Lynx up to 9th, Graham down to 10th, he's had a poor start. Wesker is 11th, Uncle Ben's Rice up 1, and Lennon all the way down to P13. They come through the chicane for the first time. Through to back and into the swimming pool. Dutch getting the perfect start, he now leads. Now it's giving us a predicted tyre strategy for a medium start, but obviously Dutch is on the softs. Now are we looking at a 2-stopper, or in fact I remember a couple of seasons ago rather, onto the podium, pitted early because he got wing damage, onto the hard tyres, and I'm talking about lap 2 or 3, and then the safety car came out and he got up to 2nd and he literally just defended like only he could for the rest of the race on the hard tyres. So I think we're looking at probably a 1-stopper.
Again, you never know what happened at Monaco.
Do indeed. So how do you feel about choking? How do you feel about Monaco, Max? The circuit you like? You looking forward to tomorrow's race?
I'm actually definitely looking forward to it too, be able to move up the rankings again and stay in the top 5. But a bit worried for me not being as clean as other drivers that I will bump. It's so easy to bump a corner there and to lose a piece of my wing. And looking at my history of losing wings, I really have to concentrate on this one not to lose. So I'm excited for tomorrow, but it's gonna be a good, real concentrating race for me. No talking, no thinking, no distraction.
Yeah, maximum focus required around Monaco, and somehow Wesker's picked up a penalty already. We're only on lap 2. So Wesker's racking up the warnings already. This Dutch trick sets a fastest lap then of 1:11.7. Him and Tico are bolting away. They've only got 2.2 seconds over third place Adamaco. Leads the chase. So the top three all on the soft tyres, so they'll be pitting early. Will that come into factor in their race later on? Take round Mirabeau into the low hairpin. So painfully slow in a Formula 1 car. But yeah, the front two are away and gone. And Adamaco is currently the bottle in the cork for everybody else, all the way down to Graham, who's got a bit of time. He's made up a position, I believe. He's back. He's still in 10th. Got Wesker behind him. Oh, and his Lynx has now picked up a penalty. So both racing points have got a 3-second penalty inside the first 3 laps. And now Tom Duval as well. So, and he's just been passed. Oh, by CR7 around the outside. Just caught the end of that move. What a move that was from CR7. And that's him up to P6 again. That's back where he started. So yeah, nice move from CR7. Just caught the end of it there. So yeah, got that one. Nicely. Let's have a look if we can at everybody's wings situation. That's probably going to be a key factor here, because Monaco is a circuit that will claim a lot of front wings in both divisions. It's literally a minor moment of lapse of concentration. You flip a wall and you're going to lose an end plate. So top 2 are fine. Adamaco's good. Ox is good. As is Sway. Everybody seems to have all their wing intact currently. In the front pack. And then Robbo in P8. Then he's up a position from where he started. So trying to find a way past Tom Duval. Links on the back of them. A bit of a gap back to Graham, who's battling hard with Wesker. We've got Uncle Ben's Rice, and Lennon, I think, has already had to make a pit stop for a front wing because he is 22 seconds off the back. So Lennon is the first one to lose a little bit of his front wing. Then with the race leaders. Around Casino Square. Come down to the right-hander again, flying in tandem, as often they do. Dutch though, Tico just locks a wheel as it comes down to the low hairpin. Trying to put a little bit of pressure on Dutch here. Of course, Tico, the championship leader. It's a little bit wide there though. That's going to just open that gap up a little bit for Dutch now, so he's not quite under pressure anymore. Come down to braking for the chicane. Lock up there from Dutch this time. But they both navigate it comfortably. The gap now back to P3. Adamaco is 3.4 seconds, so that gap continues to grow. Adamaco holding on to the final podium slot. As Wesker picks up another penalty. Wesker is really racking up the penalties so far. Compromising his race. It's not the easiest circuit to pick up penalties, but there are definitely a couple of places. Obviously turn 1 is one, with obviously the low curb. So you need to attack it because you need to get turned around Zandvoort, but you cut too much curbing penalty there. You've obviously got the chicane and then the swimming pool as the sort of 3 areas where you can pick up penalties, and it appears that Wesker is exploring all of them. So far, CR7 having cleared Tom Duval is now onto this 3 for the final podium spot. Now of course he is now stuck in the train. I think Robbo now starting to work over the back of Tom Duval as well. Still within DRS range though, but not that really means a lot around here, because obviously the only DRS thing is a start-finish straight, and it's still very difficult to make an overtake, even with the DRS. So we've got a couple of battles going on. We've got the 2 for the lead. Let's say Dutch having... Yeah, we've got, so you've got 2 for the lead. You've got 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. All nose to tail. And Monaco still the bottle in the cork. Oh, the cork in the bottle even. All around. Even with the DRS though, Ox can't find a way through. Sway just tucks in behind him as well. He's looking quite racy at this stage. He'll be a little bit annoyed. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. And that is Lennon at the chicane. He's had a drama. He's going again. Does he have his wing intact? The answer is he does, so he's got away with that one. And Lennon is now just hoping for a safety car to bring him back into contention. Dutch still leads Tico in pursuit, 0.8 of a second back. Those two are now 4.5 seconds ahead of Adamaco, who continues to lead this train. With Oxox Sway and CR7 in the back of it. You've got a little bit of a gap back to Tom Duval, who's got Liam Robbo and Lynx tucked up behind him. Then you've got Graham and Wesker nose to tail, so they're coming through the chicane as well. Wesker, of course, already picked up a couple of penalties there. Been pushing hard. Ben's Rice.
What about you? But every time I look at these drivers, it feels like they're just going miles faster than what we do.
Oh, Ben's Rice drifts out the penultimate corner as he goes into the pits. Yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean. They make it look so easy, and then when you actually do it, and it's actually you, it feels absolutely horrendous. I feel like death is coming every single corner. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Breathe or doing breathing techniques, but it's absolutely the scariest race I think for
Oh, 100%, because yeah, you're likely following somebody very closely as well. You've got barriers either side of you with no room for error. Yeah, it's such... And also the braking point, obviously, for the chicane they're coming into here is obviously as the sun comes in as well, so it's very difficult to spot. Oh, Dutch Tricks has a big moment. As they came out of the chicane, to back, he had a huge moment there, spat him to the inside of the course, he caught it. He's only lost a couple of tenths to Tico, but that could have very easily been the end for Dutch Tricks there. Now, the question is, when do they pit? Into the pits comes CR7, so he's pitting. He's on the soft tyre. Now, the reason I'm thinking is this is Dutch and Tico obviously on the soft tyre. Their tyre's going to go off before the guys on the... Oh, Oxox has got it done. Oxox has got the move for P3 done, so Oxox has managed to sneak past Adamaco on the outside of turn 1 by the look of it. So a great move from Oxox, and he's up onto the podium. And now Sway is looking, so are those soft tyres crying enough? Of course they're fresh softs, because they qualify. Everybody was qualifying on the intermediates. But yeah, so I was just about to ask. Oh, Uncle Ben's Rice has gone.
Oh no.
Looks like he may have retired in the pit lane, so that might not bring out a safety car or a virtual safety car. So yeah, unfortunately he's cried enough. So that's not going to bring out a safety car, which I'm sure Dutch and Tico would have appreciated. It would have given them a free pit stop. They're carrying on again though. You can see that Oxox, having got through, is now making a little bit of a break. Adamaco's in, so Adamaco is getting off those soft tyres, so he's now cried enough. Sway has dropped back a little bit towards Tom Duval and Lynx. In comes Liam Robbo. Yep, I think the hard's the way to go. Now who just pitted? So CR7 pitted, he's back out on the mediums, interestingly. Now where is he going to come out? He's going to leapfrog Adamaco, so look at that, that's a massive undercut he's got there. Huge undercut. He's got 3.5 seconds, so having got out of that train, got some clear track, CR7 has launched himself ahead of Adamaco. The question is though, does he need to pit again? Adamaco's also gone to the mediums, interestingly enough. So are people two stopping, I wonder. Now, back up with the race leaders. Oh, Dutch again. having a twitch under acceleration. Tico behind him having a similar one, to be fair, so they're both pushing hard. So are these two about to peel off into the pits? So of course they risk dropping into the pack somewhere. And that's why I'm thinking they want to go. Dutch is in, Tico's in as well, so top two are in. This will put Ox into the lead of the race. They're going to be going a little bit longer now. Are they going to keep an eye on who ends up where? Because if Dutch and Tico end up in traffic and they're held up a little bit, if Ox can put a couple of laps in, he's 4.5 seconds behind as they entered the pits. CR7 taking the fastest lap of the race, and so he's flying. He's jumped Tico. CR7 has jumped Tico. Look at that, as a massive undercut.
Wow.
That he was in the back of the train behind, so obviously he was in the train behind. He was P7 when he came into the pits, and he has leaped all the way up, and he's now split the race leading duo. So that is a stunning effort from CR7. He is now provisionally P2 once the pit stop shakeout. Now Dutch is got a bit of clear track. He's behind Wesker at 4 seconds, so he's not in traffic at the moment. So of course now he's going to be getting the benefit of the undercut on the likes of Ox, Sway, Tom Deval, Lynx, who he might have been at risk at before. But CR7, that is a stunning effort. Peeled off early, got himself a bit of clear track. He's put in a good couple of laps. He just set the fastest lap of the race, and that means he was a second away from taking the provisional lead of the race. The question is though, are those tyres going to get to the end? Into the pits comes Lynx.
That's the question. Pushing that hard on the track tire wear is really hard. So how long will this tires last?
That is the question, because again, that I was thinking back to a couple of seasons ago where Connor did it, and he must have pitted on lap 2 or 3. I swear it was that early, and he went into the hard tyres, and they got to the end. Now, obviously, we're a little bit further into the race, but the mediums aren't as durable. So, are they at risk? Because he's pitted early as well. So, is he at risk of punches in the race, or is he on a 2-stopper? We shall see.
Really nice in their pit.
I mean, that's a stunning effort to get him. I mean, the amount of time he's made up, that is a huge amount of time. He's made up at least 5 or 6 seconds.
Not 2 laps.
On to lap 13, so we are at 1/3 race distance, and now Dutch Strix is in traffic. He's now caught the back of Wesker. And now is the time where Ox Sway are going to be making up some time. Leo Robbo has picked up a penalty. Now can CR7 find a way through as Dutch now starts looking at a way past Wesker? These three are now right bottled up behind them. Ox. It'll be difficult to know if he knows where Dutch is. You're probably looking at his map. Dutch looking to the inside. Wesker's going defensive, but Dutch is down the inside. Gets the move done. Wesker has to bail out. He's going to have to let the train go. CR7's now looking for a way through. Can't get it. Dutch has got the move done there. Good move from Dutch. Nice and aggressive, but a clean overtake. And he's cleared the traffic. Top guys haven't pitted yet, so he's now being released again. There's now 2.5 seconds up to the back of Graham. Who's next? Into the pits comes Wesker. So yeah, Wesker's bailed out, and into the pits he comes. And Graham going up the hill. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. Is that Lennon again? It is, yeah. Lennon has gone through the chicane again. Yellow flag, but carried on. So again, no Safety car or VSC. Back with your race leader then. Ox is your race leader. Got Sway all over the back of him now though. So having that gap opened up a little bit after Ox got some move done on Adamaco. And now Sway is closed back in again and is troubling the race leader. And Dutch is now very quickly closing on the back of Graham. Currently runs P4. These trio who've pitted already. Now right on the back of Graham. To the final corner. Can he get the traction out of the final corner? Looking for a move into turn 1. Graham seemed to get a good punch off the corner, so no opportunity for Dutch into turn 1. There we go, look how much more speed Dutch Tricks has got, but there is no way through. Or is there? Yes there is. He's at the inside of the casino square. What a move from Dutch Tricks. Just pulled Graham's pants down and up the inside into casino square. What a move that was from Dutch Tricks. Gets himself a little bit of breathing room from CR7, who's now got to try and find a way past Graham.
Must be the next.
He'll be close. He's almost pushing him around the corner at the moment. That's how close he is. Is he going to find a way through in the tunnel? Maybe in the braking zone for the chicane. Let's have a look. He's on down the inside. Yep, down the inside he goes. Move done. And now Tico looks for a way through. They come out the chicane. Along the straight into Tabac. Tico looks up the inside. Nowhere through there. And all we can see now is Dutch and CR7 getting away. He has to wait for an Well, wait for an opportunity to present itself. Perhaps into turn 1. He's close. He's very close. In fact, he's got DRS, but so has Graham. So they're going to go side by side on the run up to turn 1. Take around the outside. Yeah, he's just got more grip and gets the move done. Good move from Tico. And they have all cleared Graham now, so now they set off in pursuit of Tom Duval. You do feel now that sort of Ox and Sway are just going to need some sort of safety car to bring themselves back into contention here, because Dutch, CR7 and Tico are flying up behind them. The question is though, are those tyres going to get to the end?
Nah, that's the question. I don't know how hard they're pushing, but I feel like the two-stop engines are the case, depending how hard they push.
True, we shall see. I mean, it would suggest. I mean, the game did suggest that a two-stop was the go. It's 2 medium stints to the finish on the softs, so are we seeing a two-stopper? We shall see. We shall see. But Dutch Tricks is now flying up towards the back of Tom Duval. To start finish rate he comes. He's within DRS range now, so Dutch Tricks is motoring on. CR7 trying to come back onto his tail. Tico's lost a bit of time. They're having to clear Graham. Got a bit of time to make up now. Coming down to P7. Adamaco, of course, who was running third early on, has been overtaken by CR7. I think Robbo in a solid 9. Yeah, CR7 is rapidly catching onto the back of Dutch Tricks again. Meanwhile, at the front, Ox still leads, Sway still giving chase.
I love Tom Duval using all his ERS.
He's got no ERS left. A bit of a lock up into the braking zone for the chicane. Dutch now trying to look for a way through. Did an absolutely outstanding move on one Renault. Can he move something similar on the second of them? And when do we expect Tom Duval locking up tyres? To the final corner. To straight we go. He'll have the DRS. He is close. Is he close enough though? Tom's going to give him the inside, and that should be a fairly easy move for Dutch Tricks. Yep, through he goes. Oh, did he just move Tom aside there, Slan? There may have been a little bit of contact. And now CR7 is all over the back. Oh, he's up the inside. He's going to do the same move that Dutch did to Graham. What a move from CR7. So he snatches P4. Tom Duval not finding it too hard. He knows these boys aren't his race at the moment.
We're right on the back of Tom Duval, definitely looking to move on the tunnel.
Yeah, and Tico now itching for a way past. Liam Robbo was pitted for soft tyres, interestingly, so he's definitely stopping again. Where is Tico? There's Tico on the left, down the inside into chicane, and Tico gets the move done. Tom doesn't fight it too hard. And that has released Tico to give chase to CR7 and Dutch again, so Dutch is back onto the podium, and now just 4 seconds off the race lead again. Still Oxox leading, still Sway in P2. These guys definitely doing the one-stopper. Another penalty for Wesker. So Lynx and Wesker have both gone onto the hard tyres, so they're definitely going to the end. Lennon's on the hard tyres as well. You imagine he's going to try and get to the end. Liam Robbo is on the soft, so he's definitely going to have to stop at least once more, because they definitely won't get to the end. And then all these medium runs. So we've got Oxox, Sway, Tom and Graham, who haven't pitted yet. And then you've got Dutch, CR7, Tico and Adamako, who have pitted but have gone onto the medium tyres. Now, question marks over whether or not they can get to the end.
You want a little update of warnings, or should I not say that?
If you've got...
You know the curse.
Yeah, what's that? Yeah. If you... Well, we're not cursing it ourselves, so it's fine. Yeah, curse, do the commentary curse, it's fine.
The commentary curse. I'll quickly write it down so I don't make mistakes. Because it might be some exciting. I'm already laughing.
So Sway still working over the back of Oxox, trying to find a way through, but they're rapidly being caught by these three drivers. Tico's back onto the oh, CR7 has a huge moment coming out the final corner. Tico gets past him, so all that hard work has just been done. CR7 has a massive snap of oversteer as he tries to get on the power, almost into the pit wall. He catches it but has let Tico through. Tico did not need a second opportunity. Adamako now picks up a penalty. That was a huge moment for CR7. That has cost him a net P2 as they hone back in on your race leaders. The gap now between Dutch and Sway is just 1.4 seconds and closing. Lynx pits again as Liam Robbo just sets the fastest lap of the race and passes Wesker to boot into turn 1. Does now have no ERS left. So I think a few drivers are hedging their bets on a safety car at some point, but we shall see. Oxox still leads. Oxox in. Race leader is in. So Sway now takes over at the front. And he has our former race leader right up behind him.
Whenever you're ready.
Yep, go for it, mate.
So on penalties on the top, guys, talking about the Dutch people and TMC, obviously. Dutch we have 1 warning, TMC 2 warnings, and Tico 1 warning.
Okay, so we've still got a little bit of room to play with, but CR7 on the cusp of a penalty. Of course, you feel with the advantages they've got in terms of track position that CR7's probably safe.
Yeah. But
we shall see. A safety car could make that a very different story. Sway now has got Dutch and Tico all over the back of him. They come into the tunnel. Don't think he's going to be close enough for a move into the chicane. He's got to wait his turn now. Oxox having just pitted, you imagine Sway will respond fairly quickly, because we've seen how powerful the undercut is here. Oxox has gone into the hard tyre, so he's not going to pit again. Tico now on the back of Dutch as well, so if Dutch makes a mistake or tries to find a way past Sway and goes offline, Tico will be down the inside. Sway's got to carry on again, so he's carried on for another lap. Dutch isn't close enough either to make a move, so Sway will be safe into turn 1. CR7 is closing back in again, having had that big moment a couple of laps ago. Adamako is now on the back of Graham. Graham was still to stop, so Adamako doesn't need to force a move. Can't imagine. Whoa, he's thinking about it though. He's down the inside to the casino square. Graham gives him just enough room, and Adamako spooks him out of it. Oh, Graham, that's a huge twitch. Oh, and Lee Robbo is retired. Where has he crashed? He's crashed in the swimming pool section by the look of it.
It looks like it's pit lane also. Yeah, it looks like
he might be in the pit lane. Is he in the pit lane? He might be in the pit lane then. So yes, he's in pit lane. So second retirement. Fortunately, his debut has not ended as he would have liked. Of course, a very difficult place to come and make your first appearance. Possibly the trickiest track on the whole calendar. Now, interesting, the game has brought his car back out onto track. Now, is it going to stop him somewhere? And are we going to see a safety car as a result of it?
He got a warning, something with the tricks. Okay.
Liam's ghost car and goes past us. Sway continues on his way, still hasn't pitted. Still leads the race then. Look how tight he takes the lowest hairpin there. Dutch is taking a wide line. Tico thought about getting on the inside there, but wasn't room. To the braking zone for the chicane now. Dutch is all over the back of Sway. And Sway is resisting the pressure. Tico now tucked up behind as well, and CR7 is back on the tail. Dutch and Tico. Now, how much longer is Sway going to carry on? Is he trying to get to a point where he can go into the soft tyre, I wonder? He's going again. Yep, staying out again. By this stage, I think he's maybe going for a soft tyre. Of course, Ox, who is the man he was racing before, is now on the back of Graham. He got onto the hard tyre. Of course, having started on the medium, he had to really, so he wasn't in a position to go onto the softs when he pitted. Sway could win. He also needs to stop. Bolt, he hasn't pitted yet, so he still needs to make a pit stop. Looks like Liam picked up damage on pit lane entry, so that's maybe why he has retired. Once again, the game screws over its drivers. Hopefully with the EA Sports takeover of Codemasters, some of these issues will finally be resolved, but we live in hope. Better luck next week, mate. Track should be a little bit easier, at least.
The weather doesn't
Yeah.
Sway still staying up.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go to the soft tyre, isn't he? He's definitely trying to get to the soft tyres. 24, 25 now, 39. Dutch now looking for a way past. He's close enough, but not close enough. Close enough for a look, but not close enough to make a move. He's just got to sit and wait. Sway not making a mistake. Not open the door like Graham and Tom did for him. Ball in the chat saying Sway pit. You can see now just starting to drift the rear a little bit as he gets under power. Those medium tyres are 25 laps old. They are definitely past their best. Dutch and Tico just penned up behind him. No way through so far. Which is closer again. Is he going to look for Sway's gone defensive? Yeah, Sway's definitely going defensive now. Dutch is now looking for a way through. I think Sway's tyres are on the way out. So how much longer before he pits? And that's just dropped Dutch back a little bit. Now Tico's looking again. Into the swimming pool they come. Funky Chicken is back. He wants to know if you can join 3 laps ahead of everybody. Yes, by all means. If you can somehow manage to wing your way in, you may start 3 laps up from everybody. Oh, contact! Oh, contact! Dutch trying to go around the outside of Sway. There's contact into the wall when Dutch, and now Tico is through.
Wow.
Did somebody pick up wing damage and all that? Did Dutch get wing damage? I don't think Sway has any. He's still got his wing intact, but yeah, the wing's still there. So Dutch tried to go to the outside of Sway, and there just maybe wasn't a car's width. And they just bounced off each other. Dutch almost into the wall, almost went straight on into Sander Vott. And Tico, as we saw with CR7, didn't need a second opportunity. Up the inside as they went up the hill. Aaron in the chat there saying, some of these overtakes are making me feel sick. They are, well, they are you have to be brave to make an overtake around here. Some of the moves around here have been absolutely outstanding, but there is no way in a million years I'm going to pull any of them off.
Sway still staying out.
So he's definitely trying to get to the soft tyres. It can't be much further, but I don't know how long the soft tyre lasts around here. I think the front guy's got off them about 10 laps, so you imagine it's probably okay now. Got 12 laps to go. If he pits this time. Bolts is confused with the fact that Sway's still going. Those tyres must be absolutely shredded by now. And despite all this, Adamaco is not really closing in on them, if I'm honest. So Sway's holding a reasonable pace. Adamaco's gap's been about 11 seconds to CR7 for a while. Well, he does have his Ox closing in behind him. Of course, we saw him make that stunning move on him earlier on. Graham was also still going on those medium tyres, so two drivers haven't pitted. Tom's now pitted, has come out just behind his teammate. Lynx is 9th, Wesker 10th, and Lennon in a very lonely P11. They come round to complete another lap. Does Sway pit off this time? He does. Finally Sway pits. And that releases Tico, who still has DRS. That will save him this lap. They're on to lap 28. Sway trundling down to pit lane, whereas Adamaco, he's coming out the final corner now, so Sway's going to be around Adamaco and Ox when he comes out. Adamaco's going to get him, I think Ox is as well. Yep, there he goes, so he's going to come out in P6. However, now he's on the fastest tyre. Oh, here comes... I think that's Lennon's car actually behind him. It is, yeah, so he's not under threat. So Sway back out in P6. Graham pitting as well for the soft tyre. Where is Lynx coming out the final corner, so it's going to be close between Lynx and Graham. Graham's on his way.
We're going to mention something, Lee.
Go on.
We do need to recognize that Lennon is surviving after 28 laps. Pretty much a record, I think.
Is it true? Yes.
Just mentioning that. As last time he's always said, I'm trying to survive lap 5.
It's true, so he's done a very, very outstanding job, so well done him.
Come on.
Whoa, Tico having a big slide there. Now, Dutch is just dropping off the back of Tico a little bit here. Now, I'm just wondering if he does have a little bit of wing damage. He's still got the end plate, but I wonder if he maybe got some light yellow wing damage from that.
I can't see it on.
No, I can't see anything. So Ox now gets a penalty. And Sway, having come out, is now right on the back of Ox.
Is he right on the back,
pushing him around. And CR7's also getting racy as well. So having lost that P2 to Tico, could CR7 be about to snatch it from Dutch, who seems to be wounded. Sway now on those fresh softs, all over the back of Ox on his hard tyres. He's going to be chomping at the bit to find a way through. Looks to the inside of Mirabeau, not close enough, pushing him round. Ox there just doesn't have the same grip that Sway does. Sway is going to be itching to find a way past as soon as he can do. See how much ground he can recover. Oh, he's got a good turn out of the corner, but not close enough. Can he send a move into the chicane? We'll see CR7 with another penalty.
Oh, what a bummer.
So that probably puts pay to any hope of snatching position from Dutch. And if he can hold on, he will finally get that podium he definitely deserves. He's been so close on a number of times and had some sort of drama. But now as two battle packs going on, this battle for fourth is nose to tail. Adamaco, Ox and Sway, literally a 12-wheel car at the moment. Ox attacking and defending. Oh, Ox just slapped the barrier. Did he get away with his wing intact? Let's try and have a look. Car's flashing past a bit too quick, he's wide. Not getting a very good view. Does he have some wing damage? Ox is a little bit all over at the moment. I would suggest he maybe did pick up some wing damage there. If we can get a camera angle to have a look. Helicopter shot is no good for me for this. I think he might have lost a left side end plate. He seems to be struggling a little bit here. Sway looking for a way through. Yeah, he's missing an end plate, so he did slap the wall that time. However, now we're going to see some defensive... Oh, that was a bigger hit though. That was some wing there that time. That's both sides gone. Ox is struggling now. Oh, he's off the wall again. Is he going to have to pit here? He is, so off he comes. Yeah, fresh wing for Ox. Unfortunately, he did just clip the wall. That releases Sway. We now go chasing after Adamaco again. You imagine it won't be long before he closes up, and Adamaco's tyre's 21 laps old. Tico, meanwhile, has now got a 2.5 second lead over Dutch, who's got CR7 all over the back of him, despite CR7's tyres being a couple of laps older. Dutch has maybe just not lost his rhythm after that little incident.
Wait, inside the wheels.
Yeah, Bolt saying the softs were last from lap 23, so he was quite surprised that Sway went as long as he did. Maybe Sway just has a slightly aggressive driving style and would be a little bit harder on the tyres. Fucky Chicken say if he was here from the start. Oh. Oh, did he clip the barrier on the inside? Oh, so Adamaco then clips the barrier, spins around, loses the position to Sway. Sway back up to P4.
Looks like he's winging effect, even though he...
Well, if you usually catch it with your back wheel. I've done that several times, to be honest. So you just turn in, you clip it with your back wheel, it spins you around. But yeah, he looks like he's got away with that there. So his tyres might not have thanked him for that.
He's not to let tomorrow.
He's got 6.5 seconds back to Tom Duval. And then you've got the soft tyre runners. You've got Graham, you've got Ox, you've got Lynx. And then Wesker's just been to the pits for a fresh set of soft tyres as well. TK now has a 3-second lead. So yeah, Dutch's rhythm is definitely ruined. I still think he might have just picked up a little bit of damage.
Doesn't look like, but
Can't see anything, but yeah, I just wonder if he's maybe just got like light yellow wing damage.
yeah, exactly.
Maybe just hampering a little bit because, you know, we've seen him and Tico circulating nose to tail all race. He was so dominant in qualifying as well. It just seems a bit weird that he suddenly just dropped off. Oh, CR7 has another moment out of the final corner. Sway is 14 seconds in arrears. What can he do about trying to close that gap? He's got 6 laps to do it.
We're collecting the penalties. 12 seconds. And also 12 seconds. Link 6 seconds. 3 seconds for Oxford. 3 for someone with Duval. And on Macro 3 seconds. Sway 3 seconds. PR7 3 seconds.
So CR7 continues to keep Dutch honest, and those are they're still circulating. Okay, Ox takes the fastest lap away, 1 minute 10.5. Fuel those lightning. He's on fresh soft tyres as well. So let's see if he or Lynx or Wesker will come away with the fastest lap here. Sway's also trying to charge up. He's taken about 1.5 seconds out of these guys ahead of him, but he might need a little bit more if he wants to get back on terms. And CR7 and Dutch by the end of the race. Tico has checked out meanwhile in the race lead. 3.5 seconds now. Setting in Morse code. Oh, he tried to have a look at the final corner. Dutch is under pressure here. CR7 is close.
Again, Dutch.
Just not the room there. Dutch positioned his car nicely. CR7 looking left, looking right.
Nice. Gonna try and make a move here.
He's trying to set something up, isn't he? He's had a good run through Casino Square. It's difficult to make a move into Mirabeau. What about a Lowe's hairpin? Not close enough. Funky chicken, yeah, fair enough, mate. I would be heading to bed at this time as well if I had been up at 5 o'clock. So hopefully we'll see you next week. Now just dropping back a little bit as Dutch locks up into the chicane. Let's just close that gap up again. Tico, that's 4.7 seconds. He is romping away at the moment. Dutch is definitely struggling a little bit. Just think he's got some wing damage. I don't think he's a little bit rattled. And I wonder if that's a contributing factor. Oh, CR7's close again. Dutch is under pressure here. You don't often see Dutch tricks under this much pressure. I think he's got a better run at the final corner this time though, so he won't be under any immediate pressure into turn 1. Take his line this time. Further back than Sway's got that gap down to 10 seconds, but he is running out of laps. And Adamako P5, despite that drama, the gap to Tom Deville is coming down, but holding him at arm's length. And then you've got Graham, who's got Oxox closing in behind him, the two soft shod cars. And Lynx, who's had a quiet race by his standards. A couple of wing changes in there, unfortunately, I think, for him, so he's just clipped the barriers a couple of times. Lennon, whose race went a little bit wrong on the opening couple of laps, and there's never really recovered. He's not had the safety car he needed to bring him back into contention, unfortunately. He does, however, have Wesker for company just behind him. So now Dutch is just starting to open that gap to CR7 up a little bit again now, so are CR7's tyres starting to cry enough? Tico's picked up a penalty. So your race leader has a penalty. However, he is 4.5 seconds in the lead, so he's got a 1.5 second buffer at the moment.
Knowing that Dutch is struggling,
true, but that might give Dutch a little bit of impetus to try and pull that gap around, because he doesn't need to get onto the back of him anymore. He just needs to get back within 3 seconds. So suddenly a 4.5 second gap has just become a 1.5 second gap he needs to close. So suddenly there is a carrot dangling in front of Dutch Tricks if he wants it. Of course, Tico now will have, of course, a new set of warnings to before he gets another penalty, so he might consider pushing a little bit harder. He seems to have now dealt with CR7 though, who has got the Racing Point unlapping himself by going through. And that's Lynx to third. Dutch is continuing to fall away here. He's going to let the Racing Point go, I think. He just has the fastest lap as well, 1 minute 10.1, so Lynx is flying. He definitely had the speed about him, but unfortunately he doesn't have track position. Dutch, so doing the sensible thing, just letting him go. Because you can have your eye taken by a car coming through in CR7. Yeah, CR7's just dropping away a little bit now, look, so I think maybe he has just taken the life out of those tyres. Couldn't find a way through. It was a great effort though. Worked Dutch over very hard. But he was repelled. Behind them, Sway is continuing to close as Oxox and Graham are going side by side through turn 1. Oxox around the outside. Up the hill, still side by side. This is brave. And Oxox gets the move done. Good move from Oxox again. Saw him do that to Adamako earlier in the race. Great respectful driving from those two to go side by side through turn 1 and then up the hill. Oxox has recovered P7. Now he's got 3 seconds to close in 2.5 laps. To Tom Deville, who's on hard tyres. So it's not out of the question. The question is though, can he then find an opening if he gets there? We shall see. Wesker and Lennon are nose to tail as they come through to back as well into the swimming pool.
It's going to be tight because Carson has lost a little bit of his wins, losing time, Sway gaining time. It's going to be tight.
Again though, getting there is one thing, making an overtake is definitely another. Wesker and Lennon are nose to tail into one. Wesker on fresh softs, Lennon on fairly worn mediums, but got better life on them than say Tico, Dutch, CR7. We're on the penultimate lap of the race now. We see they're coming down to the chicane.
You can see the car, you can see CR7.
Yeah, there's CR7 there in the background is Sway. Coming on the run to back. Deville picks up a penalty. That'll incentivise Oxox, who is now right on the back of him, so Oxox has already bridged that gap in a lap. And Tom is on the back of Adamaco as well. So Adamaco, whose tyres are 28 laps old, they're also probably well past their prime. Tom Duval now is the one in the sandwich, attacking and defending. Race leader is on to his final lap length through Casino Square for the final time. Tico has driven brilliantly here. Shadowed Dutch Tricks early on. Lost out to CR7 in the pit stops. Took his opportunity. Oh dear me, that was a big that was a big twitch there as he comes into the low hairpin, backing it in. Oh, Wesker's got Lennon. Where are they? Side by side up to turn 1. Wesker goes round the outside. So Wesker gets the move done into 1. Great move from Wesker. Macman, if you're watching, that's how you do it. You don't go into the wall at Sandevot. Oh, Ox and Tom Duval. Ox is down the inside. Through Casino Square, he's got the move done. Oh, feisty move from Ox. And now can he do a thing about Adamaco on the final lap? Oh, he's going very hot into the hairpin though. Tom's going to get up the inside of him here, is he? Not quite.
The last turn,
Tico out of the final corner he comes. And that is a win for Tico. Dutch Tricks will come home P2. CR7's got Sway right behind him. Can he do it? Oh, Sway has a twitch at the final corner though. There goes any chance he might have had on the run to the line. CR7 finally gets that podium he has been searching for a while. Can Ox do anything about Adamaco in the final couple of corners? Adamaco defending for his life here. Ox is pushing him left and right. Oh, he's gone right around the outside. He's still got a bit of an overlap. This is tricky to go around the final corner. Oh, contact! There goes his wing. It doesn't matter, it's just a straight to go. Adamaco comes in 5th, Ox is 6th. They both get jumped by Tom Duval, I believe. They do indeed. Also Graham jumps up to P5.
Graham, driver of the day.
No penalties, has just jumped up the leaderboard to death. There is your winner. Tico takes home the victory. Dutch Tricks 2nd, and CR7 finally gets that podium that his pace has warranted for a number of occasions. The champagne will fly, and I think he'll be very happy with that. Monaco is the one that everybody wants to win. Tico can add that one to this season's tick list, and that will definitely help him extend his championship lead with his nearest rival sat at home watching. That means Tico extends the lead at the top. So Tico is your winner. Despite that penalty then, he leads. Dutch Tricks comes home P2. CR7 3rd, just held off Sway at the end there. Graham jumps up to P5 then. Once again, no penalties to his name. Clean driving gets him up the order. Adamaco comes home P6. Ox, despite that brave move in the final couple of corners, destroyed his wing at the final corner. But it didn't matter, it was just a run to the line. He finishes 7th with Tom Duval in 8th. Lynx takes the fastest lap, and P9 with Wesker in P10 where he started. And Lennon rounds off the finishers in P11. A very lonely race for him after that early pit stop for a wing change. And 2 no finishers, Liam, Robbo and Uncle Ben's Rice. Hopefully they will have better luck next week.
Congratulations to Liam to finish race.
Indeed, some outstanding drives, some outstanding moves. Monaco, not really a circuit you expect to see many brilliant overtakes, but I think any overtaker on Monaco is pretty well earned if you can pull one off. So looking ahead to tomorrow, Max. It's Div 2 action here at Monaco. How are you feeling for tomorrow's race?
I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Just hoping not to lose wings. I'll keep it under 5 pit stops. Would be a pretty good achievement.
Yeah, I think the less pit stops are better. And obviously, no safety cars tonight, which is very impressive from Div 1. Although they are the best we've got, so I would expect no safety cars really. I think there might be 1 or 2 tomorrow. But we shall see. We shall see how we get on tomorrow. So do join us tomorrow. Please do join Switchback tomorrow for Div 2 race at Monaco. Who's at the chat? Oh, yeah, Dutch in the chat say he did have wing damage. So yeah, I thought he may have picked up a little bit of wing damage. It just seemed strange that he fell away in the way that he did. So unlucky Dutch, but still a very solid P2. That is the end of the action for tonight. But do join us tomorrow for Div 2. We are back here at Monaco for round 5 of Div 2, and then Thursday and Friday we are back with GT Sport, and it is NASCAR week. We have got the first race from 20-minute race from Blue Moon Infield A, everybody in equal Group 3 Nissan GTRs, and then we have the always spectacular Blue Moon Speedway, an hour race to look forward to there. Who is going to win the lottery that is the Speedway? So do join us for that. And if you missed it, of course, we had the penultimate round of ACC last night, where he claimed the Season 4 championship. So congratulations to him. And if you want to catch the action, please do subscribe to the channel. And the link is there. You can catch Simo, who will guide you through the action in exquisitely as he does. But yeah, that's the end of us for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me, Max.
Welcome, thank you.
Thank you very much for everybody who's joined us. If you are in the stream still, please do give it a like if you haven't already. That helps us out a lot. And we will catch you. Please do come back tomorrow and watch us do it all again on the streets of Monaco for Div 2. But for tonight, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again real soon.
Bye-bye.